Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi is Coming 2, the tallest man in Black Africa. The idea of a strong opposition leader with an office funded by the Exchequer, addressing Parliament, giving an annual address to Parliament, that is both houses, that is the National Assembly and the Senate, and power to appoint commissioners in independent bodies is not sitting well with the Kikuyus. There are jitters in the mountain. There is disquiet. There is a kind of disagreement. There's a kind of not with you attitude. I'm not with you attitude, that is. And it is something that is bringing politics in another dimension. If you listen to the topics, if you listen to the political discussions in the mountain, majority of Kikuyus believe that finally there'll be a fallout between the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. That is what is in the mountain. And many of them are saying it is not if, but when. That is the true reality in the mountain. There is mistrust between the two communities. And the Kikuyus believe that their counterparts in the Rift Valley are secretive and play their cards below the table. They don't show all their cards. And the idea of William Samuel Ruto and Azimio, because the idea of the opposition leader, they came with Azimio, but Ruto hijacked the idea and finally wrote to Parliament. And what they are saying is that Raila Amolo Odinga did not reject this idea. In fact, if you read his tweets in response to William Samuel Ruto's letter to the National Assembly and Senate, he said that all what needs to be done is to follow the right procedure. And we go as the BBI ruling, whereby the constitutional amendment, the constitutional changes must originate from the people and must be people-centered. And it is the people who should gain, not the politicians. So that is what Raila Amolo Odinga is saying. But when you read the Constitution, you realize that the Constitution is amendable. And what we have is that Parliament, for sure, can start the process of amending the Constitution, although there are limitations. So what we have is that the Kikuyus feel that William Samuel Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga are in for a handshake. A handshake. And some of them, in fact, yesterday we had a discussion, and one of a political analyst in the mountain was telling me that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samuel Ruto are likely to meet in the United States of America. Remember, that is where now they are, with Baba going, I think, on Sunday, and William Samuel Ruto, I think, yesterday night. What we have is that they are likely to meet Pale, because what we have in US is the African leaders, I think 55 of them, are meeting the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden. And Baba is there as the person who is in charge of infrastructure projects in Africa. Now, some people are saying that this is not a coincidence whereby Baba is in US and Ruto is in US. Remember, they feel that what need to have, what Raila wants and Ruto want is a structured negotiation. Something that doesn't look like handshake. But again, just as I said in my other video, is that if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, definitely is a duck. And somebody told me, if it rattles like a snake, then it is also a snake. But I will also say, if it breathes like a goat, it's actually a goat. So what we are saying here is that the Kikuyus feel that they will be isolated in Ruto's government. And what there is that, there's that narrative of Kikuyus, they feeling that they are superior. And they feel that there is that feeling in the mountain, a sense of entitlement. And they feel that they own the government. And this is not something that is sitting pretty with other communities, especially the Kalenjin and the Luhya nation. These are the people who feel that the Kikuyus are asking for too much. And I think William Samuel Ruto somehow is in agreement. And if you remember, there was a time, this time that Gachagua said that people are complaining that Kikuyus have gotten or have been given many principal secretaries, and he said that walijipaga na wakampatia William Samoei kura nyingi. So that is what they expect. And again, you know, because politics is very, very interesting and it's full of betrayal. This is a possibility, if you ask me. This is something that can happen. And they feel that if Raila Amolo Odinga will start negotiations, if kutakuwa na mazungumzo yote yale, and most of the time you realize William Samoei Ruto will be consulting Baba as the leader of opposition, because they need to come up with a position. Na kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba Wamarekani wamejitolea mhaga. They want to ensure that William Samoei Ruto succeed in this government. And that's why they were able to stop Raila Amolo Odinga from continuing with his public meetings, kwa sababu wanaona kwamba ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuleta mitafaruku ya kisiasa nchini Kenya, something that can actually interfere with their mission in Kenya. I think they have a mission in Kenya, and one of the missions that they have in Kenya is to open the market for GMO. And once they open the market for GMO in Kenya, then the other Africans countries are likely to follow suit. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo ilivyo, because this believe that Kenya leads and others follow, kwa sababu kile ambacho kipo ni kuwa Kenya ni nchi ambayo inaonekana kwamba is stable politically and economically is stable. And when you look at the position of Africa, it looks like it's a gateway to East and Central Africa. Kwa na kule kuwepo kwa baba pale katika ile ofisi ambayo inalegwa, I think this is something that is going to scare especially Gachagua. Gachagua is not sitting pretty, but they feel that William Samoei Ruto can have a handshake with Baba. And if Baba works with William Samoei Ruto, what we're likely to have is that the Kikuyus will be displaced, because this is what we call politics of displacement. Yeah, politics of displacement. Because you see, there are some issues that cannot happen concurrently. What there is that one must happen for the other to continue. So what this mean politically is that Wakikuyu watajipanga sasa. Wanahitaji kujipanga vizuri sana kwa sababu ikiwa hili litatokea, which in my view is I know actually it's going to happen, and what will happen is that because William Samoei Ruto is doing everything possible to ensure that the Kikuyu dominance in politics is a thing of the past. Ni jambo hata yeye mwenyewe angependelea sana, ni jambo ambalo angependa. Kumbuka amewahi kusikika akisema kwamba wanatafuta serikali ili wakichukua serikali wafanye ile mipango ambayo wako nayo kwa Kikuyu, kwa sababu amewahi kusema kwamba they have some things to do and they have to now to look for government. They are looking for government to ensure that they can be able to fulfill most of their missions that they have with the Gema community. So I think Wakikuyu hapendwi na makabila mengine. Hilo ni jambo ambalo wanafaa kujua, because of their you know, somehow when you look at the Kikuyus, they are so domineering. When you look at the Kikuyus, they are good, but the other communities feel that the Kikuyus ask for too much. The Kikuyus, you know, have been lording over this country for so many years, since independence. In fact, you can imagine 15 years of 10 years of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's presidency. The father 10 years, Kibaki 10 years. So when you look at this, it doesn't sit pretty. And what there is that the majority of the Kikuyu mafia, because we have mafias in Kikuyu, what there is ni kwamba wamejipaga vizuri sana, na ukiangalia utapata kwamba maendeleo mengi yalielekezwa katika upande wa Kiambu. When you look at Kiambu, Kiambu is so much developed. When you look at the infrastructure, so much developed. And for sure, I don't think kuna nyumba za matope Kiambu. I don't think hata za mabati ni moja tu. Majority of the houses are permanent houses, mostly even story buildings, and sometimes you may not even tell whether you're in town or you're in the rural areas. Again, when you look at Kiambu and Murang'a and then Nyeri, this is where you find a lot of development being taken by the government. So the successive government have ignored other areas, and this is one reason why you feel that the other communities feel that they are not comfortable with the Kikuyus dominance, because you know what there is that the Kikuyus have been preparing that after William Samoei Ruto, they are going to take over the government. They're going to take over the reign of government. I don't know whether you accept that Kikuyu should succeed William Samoei Ruto. Because when I look at this narrative, it is something that cannot hold for long. When I look at this, it is something that cannot be sustained. And that is why Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, when he came up with the BBI, which William Samoei Ruto is now implementing behind the door, is kile ambacho he's sneaking the BBI, ndio kwa sababu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had very good plans for this country. And if people accepted, for instance, to support an Nilot, instead of even a Bantu, instead of even supporting William Samoei Ruto, if we supported somebody from the lake like Baba, I think this country could have changed forever. This country could have been united forever. But now when you look at the country, it is so divided. Kwa sababu ukiangalia Wakikuyu wanakaa wakiangalia Ruto wanafanya nini. Ruto mwenyewe na watu wake pia wanakaa wakiangalia Wakikuyu wanafanya nini. It's just a matter of time before the hell break loose. This is Gashis Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Kindly remember to subscribe to this channel and like it and share. And may you have a blessed week ahead. Bye-bye.